could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the fence, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Rulership. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.
Man, how y'all doing tonight, man? Y'all know this is the last live stream of the week. We do it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do our BodyCam breakdown series that I titled Black People, This Is Why. And I want to speak on a few important things tonight, man. Hope y'all had a great week. TGIF. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great show, man. Gonna be a great show. I want to get everything in order. And one of the first things I'm just gonna jump right off into it, man. For us as Black people, and this is very, very important during Black History Month, because I just seen a few. Well, I don't want you see it, but I seen something today that was troubling, and it was crazy because it was going into something that I'm already about to speak about. And I don't know if I seen that just to trigger me more, or I don't know. And I'm not going to even really post it because there's kids in it, and I don't, it is what it is. But it actually is, it's public. It's a situation where they had at a school. They had at a school of Black history. I don't know if you want to call it a play or whatever, where all of the little Black kids dressed up as all of the, people of the past. And I find it very weird and I just, like, some things, bro, I just don't understand. And maybe somebody can help me understand. I'm not the smartest man in the world, you heard me? But it's like, every year in February, we do this thing called Black History Month. And basically what Black History Month is we're going to take a whole month to celebrate trauma. I'll say that again. We're going to take a whole month to celebrate trauma. I remember Kanye West came out with something about 5 or 6 years ago called Black Future Month. What Black people at right now in America, as educated as they are, influential as they are, how much capital they got, like, we are supposed to be so far removed from that we so far from that until it's like we don't want to relive that no more, bro. And I hear some people, they might say, well, if you get rid of the past, if you forget, like they'll say this stupid stuff. That's why like it's very difficult when you're dealing with people who got formal education, and not even just people with formal education, but for sure they say stuff like, well, if you forget the past, it can re-happen again. The thing that happened in the past would never happen again. It would never be slavery. It'll never be Jim Crow. And if you want to be honest about it, America is basically on their knees to black people, but black people they can't even tell, right? Because they too busy playing victim, and that's one of the things I want to talk about. But seeing those children just reenact trauma for a school play for Black History Month, and everybody's sharing it. No, it's so like let's let it go. What do we teach? I always tell people, and I don't have children. I always tell people, I say, when I have children, I'm gonna let my children know. First of all, we gotta have understanding that every black person was enslaved. That's make sure we have that understanding. Every black person was not slave. But I never did the what you call it, the ancestry or whatever to find out if I'm a descendant of a slave, but I will find it. But if I did, when I have my children, listen, check this out. I'm a king. I'm not just a king, because I'm not a king. I'm a king, King, not a Kang, right? And when you saying that you a king, you got to carry yourself like a king. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. The First Amendment says you can say whatever you want to say, and you can be delusional as possible, but you can't be a king or a queen and do certain things. And it's funny to me that there's only one group of people in America, which is black people, who will even call themselves kings or queens, right? But yet, this is the same group of people who always whining, crying, playing victim. That's an oxymoron. A king and a queen ain't oppressed by nobody. Nobody can hold a king and a queen back. Nobody. And I'm not even gonna go right now into the people who so-called Christians and be on church on Sundays talking about no weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? If God with me, nobody can be against me. Or one of my favorite chapters, one of my favorite Bible verses, 1 Peter 2:9, you are a holy people, a holy nation, a chosen people, a royal priesthood. I might have said it wrong, but I'm paraphrasing. 1 Peter 2:9. I know where it's at. I just paraphrased it, right? Basically, it's saying you are a chosen people when you believe in me. When you become a follower of Christ, you are a chosen people, a peculiar people. So if I'm saying all of this, but then out the same mouth, I'm saying that the white man holding me back or the white man making things hard for me, it's just an oxymoron. And the first thing we gonna have to do, and again, I get it. I've came to the understanding at this point in my life that a lot of us just not going to get it. But when we do move in our rulership, the ones of us who are astute, the ones of us who know that America is just as free for us as it is for anybody. America is not a white man's country. America is a strategic man's country, right? Um, but I also understand this. See, when you had that mindset, okay, I'm not a victim. I'm a king. I'm a queen. I'm a man, a woman of God. That comes with accountability that victims don't want to accept. So again, a lot of us are never going to walk into. A lot of us, especially the old ones, I hate to say it, not all, but a lot of them, they gonna die off. They still projecting that racism, victim mindset on our younger black people, and they just, they have to die off, like, because they holding us back at this point. And it's just constantly getting recycled, And that's what I was about to say earlier. If God bless me with children, or if I end up getting with a woman who got children and God give me the assignment to raise those children, and even the time where I had stepchildren in the past, listen, you wasn't slaves. especially, but I'm gonna tell this to my seed. You wasn't no slave because your daddy a king. Excuse me. Your daddy a king, you a prince, you a princess. You wasn't a slave. So when they come home for me, if I even have them in school, it's gonna be a private school. Hopefully I can have my children homeschool, but you never know what the situation gonna be. But they definitely not going to public school. That's not happening. But when they come home to me, especially on Black History Month, first of all, every month is your month. But if any month we're gonna celebrate, it's gonna be July, America's birthday. As a matter of fact, this year America made 250 years old. Every day is your birthday. I mean, every day is your day. Every month is your month because you are an American, a Christian Judeo country. In God we trust. So every day is your day. Every month is your month. Now those other little kids that might have the same hue as you, and they want to talk about Black History Month, we were slaves. You let them have a conversation. You let them, and I'm gonna breed my children like that. So by the time I remember by the time they go in school around other people, they gonna already have it in them. I remember when I was a kid, my people breeded in me that Santa Claus was fake and all of this stuff like this here. And I know those people used to be looking at me like, "What's wrong with this kid?" But because I was bred from a puppy, you know what I'm saying? That Santa Claus is fake. I never forget. I went to school, bro, and I was going to a black school, and our principals dressed up as Santa Claus. First of all, I'm 5 years old in kindergarten, so number one, I never seen a black Santa Claus on TV. That's number one. Number two, I'm looking at the Santa Claus. Everybody else like Santa Claus, they meet, and I'm like, that's not Santa Claus. That's Mr. Whatchamacallit. And he looked at me, and the teacher, I don't remember exactly what the teacher's reaction, but I remember his reaction. He looked at me like, really? I'm Santa. And I'm like, come on, man, Santa's not real. And I went into this tirade, and I know they was probably like, I know they as adults was like, that's his parents teaching him that. And that's how my children gonna be. On day when they try to project victim on my children gonna say, whoa, that's all black people was a slave. Let's get that straight. So I don't know what you learned, Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so, but all black people wasn't slaves, and my daddy wasn't a slave. My family wasn't in slavery. We come from royalty. It was nothing but kings and queens, so I'm a prince. So I just want to let that be clear. So what you saying is not a lie, but it don't apply to me. That's how my 5-year-old gonna be in kindergarten. It's gonna grow and grow and grow. You know what I'm saying? And when you raise your child like that, they have a different type of look and outlook on the world. This is why a lot of these other people are light years ahead of black people, because black people, I told y'all, it's two trees that every community operate off. I'm not gonna get off into those two trees right now, but what I'm saying is everybody else look at America like this is the greatest place in the world. Black people are the only people who look at America and say, that's a racist country. It's gonna be hard for us. We can't do what everybody else do because we black. Nobody else looks at America like that. And so what happens is your life begin to showcase how you view the country. So you may not be doing as great as other people because you already put it in your mind that you can't, right? Cop out. Again, if you go look at my 3-part series that I did at the beginning of this month, you know, breaking down the MLK situation, one of the things that MLK and the people of the civil rights movement transmitted to most black people, and it's still a disease that's living, is the CRTD, which is the civil rights transmitted disease, which has always been a perpetual victim. So why am I saying all of this? Again, before I play this first video of this young lady who have a great channel, she's a Christian woman. She's all about praying. I do respect that of her, but and again, I don't know this woman. She's a content creator that I look at her content. And I've seen some things that I want to speak on. If you've seen the topic, you know where I'm coming with direction that I'm taking this in. Speaking about rulership, which is basically something that we're going to have to start. And we're going to have to start it with our children. We're going to have to stop telling our parents, all this Black History Month, we got to just abolish all that. Anything that's bringing forth old trauma and stuff that people who look like us, because again, all black people wasn't slaves, but again, people who look like us, right, went through in this country. We got to stop passing that down from generation to generation, create more and more victims, create more and more victims. It's time to create victors, right? And so I'm about to play this video. Like I say, it's a few videos, and that's and you know, by me going on a page, I seen a lot of good stuff. Mostly all good stuff. Just this one video I didn't really like. And all I'm doing, like I say, not really, and that's what I do on this channel. Even when you talk about on my Tuesdays and Thursday, body cam breakdown, what I do is I use in any situation. I spoke about the 50 Cent and T.I. situation. I made a video on that. What I do on this channel is take things from the world and paint them in a way to help you understand, is this what you're going through? Could you be going through this? How could you avoid this? And she's gonna speak about also another thing that I got in the title. She's gonna speak about marriage. And that's a very serious situation. I'm not married, but I was a witness of a marriage. My mother and father was married almost 40 years till my father passed away. My mom is a widow. I have several, pretty much all of my friends are married. And so I have a firsthand, again, everything but experience. I got field reports, statistics, everything to know enough about marriage. Plus, all what trumps all of that is I got scripture. Ephesians 5 is a great scripture speaking about marriage. First, there's a lot of different. First Peter 3 and 7 is a very, very important scripture for husbands. First Peter 3 and 7, I believe. Yeah. And so, when it comes to marriage, sometimes people be like, well, you're not married, so what you know about marriage? And again, you always gonna have to have that experience, right? You always gonna have to have that experience. But when you have wisdom in certain areas about certain things, again, going off field reports, going off things you didn't experience, and being a part of my mother and father marriage, I mean, I was, that was my parent. So, for the most part, I was around. Excuse me. So I know how marriage is. I know how marriage works. I know what makes it work. I know what makes it hurt. And a lot of our men, as I speak about all the time, are raised by women, so we don't have a lot of wisdom in our community when it comes from the man perspective. Speak about all the time. When it comes from the man perspective, and so it's certain things, and we get lax when we get married. Marriage can feel like a job after so while. After you've been with the same person for so long, marriage can become, boring basically. I don't want to say it like that, but it can be. But again, that's on the couple, that's on the two people. And I always put the most on the man. The man is the head, so he got to take the bigger piece of the pie. To whom much is given, much is expected. And it's on the man to make sure his vehicle, which is his ship, which is his family, to operate correctly. He's the captain. The woman is not. And a lot of these marriages, the woman is the captain. And that's why they just don't be right. The woman is not a leader. That's just not her strength. This is not to be derogatory toward women. Men have a strength that women don't. Women have a strength that men don't. That's why when they come together and they both, I spoke in my last live about gender roles. That's why when they come in both in a healed state, not trying to play no game, not listening to but they come into their natural healed, godly state, and they come join together. It works as harmony because the man has strengths that the woman don't, and vice versa. So this is not me bashing women. I don't do that because again, I always tell dude, if you're gonna bash the black woman, okay, cool. She needs some chastising, but guess what? You got to start with yourself because as I spoke in my live Monday, the black man is so powerful. His presence or lack thereof affects a whole bloodline, a whole family. The daughter suffers and the son. We speak a lot about how a young man needs his father, but a daughter do too. A daughter needs to know what real, genuine love come from a masculine presence outside of somebody that want to have sex with her. She needs to understand that, right? And so, like I say, man, moving forward, man, in order for us to enter our, and if you wanted to stay like we live in as a black community, which y'all know, we might look good, we might smell good, we might sing good, dance good, play athlete, but I'm saying, in order to move into our rulership state and be able to sit at the table, right? At least sit at the table, because you're talking about lead and we smaller than, like, just at least to be able to sit at the table with the world, we're gonna have to come into a rulership mindset, and we don't have that. Everybody else do. Even the people that migrate here to Arab, they got a rulership mindset. We don't. Most of us have socialist mindsets, social justice. That's all we. If it ain't, but again, I speak about that in my video, the two trees. We got the social justice tree and this Instagram tree. But again, you'll have to go back to some of my other videos. I'm not gonna break that down in this video. But I'm about to get in the first exhibit of this young lady's video. And again, this young lady made great content. She's a praying woman. Um, but I seen a few videos on her page. And it's so funny because I was gonna speak about something else, but when I seen these videos, I came up with this topic that I have for this live. And you know, she had a whole bunch of stuff that I could just work with, you feel me? And react to. And I think is important. And so, but without further ado, we're gonna play the first video. The first video was very troubling. I felt like it was some disingenuity in there. But that nothing really made a big deal. The end game was very troubling to me. And it goes into something that I just said earlier about having how we were recycling and constantly passing down the victim mindset and instead of passing down that rulership mindset. This young lady is a stay-at-home mom. She's basically an entrepreneur. She's a successful content creator. Her husband is a barber. So they are a pretty much entrepreneur household. So their children is watching. I'm so the son might want to be a barber, or I don't really know what her children are off into. But again, the entrepreneurship and spirit is there. Why are you passing down? And again, I understand some people don't even be aware of what they're doing because it's so second. It's so just normal. It's so just normal behavior for black people to say, you know what, we're victims. You know what, people are against us because we're black. It's harder for us because we're black. This is a white man's country. Racism this, racism that. That's so much easier. But at the end of the day, we have to go against that. We have to go against that narrative, go against that grain and begin to raise young princesses and young queens and young kings and young royalty in order for, because we're not going to ever walk into our rulership position constantly whining and begging. We just want, excuse me, we just want equality. Listen, let's get this understood. The powers that be, and it's not just the white man. It's all kind of all the powers that be have did what they have did to get in power, to remain in power, right? And one of those things is community generational wealth, not generational wealth, but community generational wealth. I got a video on my channel explaining what I mean, called the basic formula for community generational wealth. And I will be revisiting that in the near future, using it as a lesson for one of my lives. So I can bring that back because it's very important at the time we're living in. And what better time to do it than Black History Month? But then again, no, because we out of Black History Month. But anyway, everyday Black History Month. Anyway, let's continue. And so, you know, when you speak about that, we have to break this cycle. I would know you, like I say, my children not gonna never know about slavery. Again, if they go to the public school system, it'll be taught to them. But guess what? Y'all wasn't a part of that. Y'all wasn't slaves. And it's so sad, and it just breaks my heart, and it kind of made me feel some type of way when I see grown people, especially people in her position, like LeBron, like especially people who are successful people. I mean, she's not no celebrity, but she got almost 500,000 combined followers on social media. That's big. 500,000, right? Her husband is a barber. So y'all are doing pretty well. Y'all doing so well that you don't have to work. Well, even though your content, that's your job, but you're a stay-at-home mom, right? And so it really it offends me that people who are doing well, the blacks, right, are still passing down to their children about racism. So again, I'm about to play the first video from her, and we're gonna play about 3 or 4 of her videos because all of them go into what I'm talking about on both of my topics. Uh, in the first video, again, she's gonna explain the situation where she was at Mardi Gras and something happened. I'm not gonna say what, I'm gonna let her say it. Some of it I do not believe even happened. But again, I wasn't there. Somebody might say, well, why would she lie? My thing is, if something happened that she say happened, being that she got all of those followers, and I went did the due diligence, I went looked and seen when she was at the parade, she went live, everything. I went looked everything. If this would have happened, what she said happened, it would have been a national outrage. It probably would have made the news. But as many followers as she got, she don't need to make the news. It would have been on her news. You know what I'm saying? She never posted it. She just spoke about it. And just having a mindset of speaking about racism and blaming everything on racism, it just shows me that she's one of those people who woke it or woke it woke. And if this would happen, she say happen, it would have been uh, a hailstorm. But again, without further ado, let's play the first video.
We went to Mardi Gras for beads and throws, but we left with a lesson on racism. And that's something I never thought I would have to see. I've always heard the stories, but I've never experienced it firsthand when it came down to parades. Now, down here in South Louisiana, Mardi Gras is a tradition. It's culture, it's family, it's letting kids stand on the side of the road with their bags, smiling, throw me something. It's supposed to be something you enjoy. But this year, my baby saw something different. Float after float, people dangling beads and toys right in my children's faces and other little black children's faces as well, looking them in their eyes, holding it out like they were about to hand it to them, then shaking their finger no, then turning around, placing the same exact item in a white child's hand standing right next to them. And this happened over and over. Do you know what that does to a child? To stand there excited and to be told without words that they aren't worthy. And the moment that really broke me was when my son was standing there excited, minding his business, being a kid, and a grown white man came up to him and took his bag, took his shoes, his glasses, all his belongings. You don't put your hands on a child, you don't take from a child, and you don't decide if the child is less deserving of the things that they have. And now, instead of driving home tired from a long day of parade, I had to drive home explaining racism, explaining why some people think the color of your skin determines your value. That conversation really hits different. But let me make this clear. Being black is not something we shrink about. Being black is power, it's resilience, it's excellence, and it's history that cannot be erased. I love everybody. This is not about hate, this is about accountability. It is 2026, and we are too grown to still be raising children who think cruelty is funny, and we are too old to still be teaching superiority in the privacy of our home. And I don't care what nobody say, racism is learned behavior. And my kids decided that they don't want to do Mardi Gras anymore. And as for this mama, I will always choose their peace over a parade. And baby, there's one thing about karma. She will spin the block. That's why you got to be mindful about how you treat people. And always remember to stay prayed up because that's where your strength begins. Love you. Bye.
Now it's ironic. It's very ironic that she ends the video with stating that's her motto on at the end of the video. That's her, her name. Um, Stay prayed up because that's where your strength begins. Love you, bye. Right? Now she said that she was at a parade. Now, mind you, this woman is married and she was with her husband. You can go look and see on her channel, on her YouTube or her Facebook page. She was with her husband at a parade. So allegedly, you heard it from her, not me. I didn't want to say it. I wanted y'all to let her say it. That my goodness. And I bet it went. I bet that's. Well, I ain't gonna say it was viral. She already popping. But I'm saying, I bet everybody was in the comment section. I didn't even waste my time and get my blood pressure up reading it. So she got 1 million shares. Because black people love to feed the narrative that they're victims and this is a racist white country, which is it's not, right? So she said, number one, let's address the first thing, that a white man walked up to her son, an older white man walked up to her son and took his bag and his shoes. And mind you, this woman is married and her husband was at the parade with her. Do y'all believe that, bro? Like I mean, we listen, bro. I understand you a content creator, and I understand you woke, and I understand you trying to feed a narrative. Well, come on, bro. And the disingenuous, bro. Right? Now let's go to the other part. I can't say if this happened or not. It could have happened, but I don't think it was no racism. But again, I spoke about this in another one of my lives about again, when you speak about white people this, white people that, one thing I respect about white people, bro, even if they don't like each other, they able to stick together, come to a common goal, and get stuff done and help each other out. And a lot of times people try to make that out as being racism. I don't. Maybe sometimes it is, but I don't. I don't have no problem with no white supremacy. I don't. You know why? Because I know white supremacy, and I gave stories on my channel about how one of my bosses was a white supremacist and he helped me. What I learned about white supremacists is they don't hate black people. They just feel like they race better than everybody. Now I understand that's un-Christ-like, but everybody not Christ-like. I mean, it is what it is. And because of that, they help each other out. So if they was at a parade and they was in the boats, and I spoke about this when I was speaking about a week ago when I was speaking about the hiring of black coaches in the NFL. Listen, you can't go to nobody else's business, nobody else's place or whatever, business, team, whatever, and tell them how they should work it. Black people got this bad. Y'all balling. Y'all balling, bro. Y'all traveling all over the world. Y'all got designer this, y'all Mercedes that, Rolex AP. Go buy y'all own float. And y'all could get in that float, buy all the candy y'all want, and throw it to just black if that's what y'all want to do. And that ain't gonna be racist. Is it right? No. But is it racist? It ain't racist either. So let's just go with that. Because like I say, now that I can't say if there's a lie or fake. I mean, I can't say if that's a lie or true. I know for a fact ain't no white man take her son bag and shoes. But the part where it say the white people was basically picking at the black children and acting like they were gonna throw them, but didn't throw them nothing, threw it to white kids. Listen, that ain't racism. It could be some people in that boat. The white people who did that could be racist. I'm just want to put they could be racist, don't like black people, but they might not be racist. They might have said, you know what, we're gonna save our candy for white children. Nothing wrong with that. That's not racist. Is it right? No, it's not fair, but it's not racist. We got to stop trying to jump everything that can make everything about race and make it ourselves. Oh, we a victim. Because no, because guess what? There was a perfect opportunity. See, if I was a father or a stepfather to whoever my children was and took them to a parade, that would have been a perfect. That would have been a perfect time for me to execute my royalty on them. Perfect time. Because you know what I'd have did when we left that parade? Instead of riding, talking about racism, she with her husband, and that's another thing I be telling you men gotta take back control, man. Because ain't no way I would even, and again, this ain't about control. This ain't about none of that. But I'd have been like, hold up, babe. This wasn't about, but again, I don't have to speak on stuff like that because the woman that I'm gonna meet, so I'm not even gonna have to ever speak on that. But I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, but again, 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, he feel the same way. Because this most black people mindset that everything that the white man do, negativity toward them is a racism thing. It don't even gotta be that. You can go to work with a white person. The white person got getting divorced from his family, losing half his stuff, a woman getting beat every day, or children in prison. If this a white person, they have any type of attitude outside of kissing your foot, he racist. She racist. No, bro. That's not how the world works. Just because the people, like I say, if that was true, that the people just throwing candy to her, okay, that's cool. Because y'all got money. So you know what I done told my children? Like I say, man, don't trip on that. Watch this. After I done left from there, I done asked my children, I done said, what did y'all see that was being through that y'all wanted? Oh, and I want to teach y'all a lesson. I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm doing. Instead of getting in the car with her, yeah, it's racism. Them racist white people. This is how white people is, and projecting, passing down, recycling, victim mindset to my children. You know what I'd have told my children? I'd have been like, look, what did y'all see out there that y'all wanted? Oh, Daddy, we wanted some cups and some candy and some shirts. Y'all wanted some cups and some candy and some shirts, right? That what y'all wanted? All right. Which store y'all want to go to? That's how I did that. Which store y'all want to go to? Oh, I want to go to Candy. Oh, I want to go to Walmart. Oh, I want to go. Let's go. Get any cup, candy, shirt y'all want. Today y'all on a shopping spree. That's how we gonna show that we rulers. Ain't no, okay, the white man did that, cool. The Arab Chinese man, cool. We ain't tripping. And matter of fact, what else I was gonna do, did y'all like the parade? She said that they didn't like it, they don't want to go back. Fine. But did y'all like the parade? How y'all felt about the parade? We liked it, Daddy, but you know, we liked it, Daddy. But I understand everybody might not be in a financial position to do what I'm about to say. The first thing I said you can do, if you're not in that financial position, you don't need to have two children. You can't take your children to the store until they can get as many shirt, cups, and candy they want. You you tripping. Now the next thing I'm saying I would have did if I was in that financial position, I'd have been like, look, did y'all enjoy that? Yeah, we enjoyed it, Dad. We just didn't like we ain't getting that. So next year, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna rent or buy a float. Wherever my money, I'm sure you can rent one. I'm sure even you can't rent one, you can pay to get on one. Next year, y'all gonna be on the float, and I'm gonna give y'all all kind of candy, and I want y'all to throw candy to everybody, not just black children, not just white children, Chinese children. I don't care if they have some alien children out there. I'm gonna get y'all so much candy trash bag, and I want y'all to just throw it to everybody. Shirts, cups, everything. We're gonna get everything. And you know what happens when you do that to a child? That child grow up saying to themselves, because this happened to me. This happened to me when I was coming up, bro. I never forget, man, because I come up in a real religious household, and when you go back after that Christmas break, like for the New Year's, everybody talking about what they got for Christmas and stuff like that. And I would kind of feel left out a lot of times because my family didn't celebrate Christmas, you feel me? And so I would kind of feel left out. So I would go home and I would tell my dad, I was like, man, that's not fair to us that just because y'all religious and stuff, we don't get to. My dad used to tell me, my daddy always was an arrogant man, and he projected that arrogance on us. And let's address arrogance because I gotta address arrogance. Because when people hear arrogance, they oh my God. Like, listen, most of the time, arrogant people, people don't like them because most people, not all, most people are not comfortable in their own skin. Most people, their identity is attached to certain things, a degree, a car, or this or that. And so if they missing one of them or they not keeping up with woo or whatever, they not really comfortable. And even when they have those things, because again, I tell people all the time, arrogance is just high self-esteem. And most people, I hate to say this, but it's just what I've learned in my 38 years of living and dealing with all kind of races and groups of people, ethnicity of people, broke, rich, hood, what I learned, most people have low self-esteem. And their self-esteem is based on something. People with high self-esteem, this is why I always love Dame Dash and Jay-Z. When you got high self-esteem, you could not have nothing. You just got high self-esteem. And that's what is arrogant. That's called arrogance. And most people don't like arrogant people. And again, they don't like arrogant people, most people, because they are people who have low self-esteem, right? Most people are not comfortable in their own skin. And the thing about arrogance is this: not only is it high self-esteem, and the people who feel like that toward arrogant people don't like arrogant people, think they are. They feel like that because they think arrogant people think that they're better than them, but that's not the case. Arrogant people, I would call myself arrogant. We don't think we better than nobody. We just so happy that we who we are. We're so happy of being, for me, Vernon. We're so happy. We don't want to be nobody else. We don't feel like we can have this, we can not have this, and we still gonna walk with our chest out and beat our chest because it's not about being better than nobody. It's about we love being us, right? And so I say all that to say this here. My daddy was like that. He projected that on us. So when we'll go back, when I tell him, yeah, man, I feel some type of way and not fair. You know, my daddy will tell me, he say, first of all, you just left from Disney World. You just left from California. You just left from New York Times Square. You just left from all of these places that my daddy used to take us because every break from school, whether it was 2 weeks or 2 days, my daddy was taking us somewhere to do something outside of our city. We were getting on a flight. We were going somewhere. And so he would tell her, man, and we stayed in the hood. You know what I'm saying? That's just my daddy he had the money to get us out of the hood, but he just was a bargain guy. And we stayed in the hood. And he would be like, man, look at this. You got a whole game room. Everybody used to come to my house and play the game. Because we had a game room with 2 TVs and we had 3 systems. We always would keep at least 3 systems. Whatever the 3 hottest systems out at that time, we had a basketball goal. Our house was the house. My mama cooked every day. She'll feed everybody. A lot of by us being in the hood, you know how most children grow up in the hood. So my house was like the White House. You know what I'm saying? And my daddy would put that now. He was like, man, you worrying about what they talking about? They get one time a year. Every day is Christmas for you. You just come from here. And you worried about you ain't get a Christmas present, man, go ahead. But eventually what my daddy started doing, because he didn't celebrate Christmas, it was against, they didn't believe that they was non-denominational. And so what he would do was he'd just get us some gifts. He wouldn't put the tree up, no light, no gift wrapping, but every Christmas he'd get me and my brother a gift. Remember that? But that was like kind of like, and we kind of like started getting in middle school, you feel me? And we wasn't even tripping about it no more because like that's how I always was, you feel me? And my mom and my daddy wasn't the big people on name brand stuff. We had a shoe limit, everything. But I always, no matter, I didn't have Jade. I don't think I didn't have no pair of Jordans till I got in high school. And we just had, but I always felt me and my brother. Me and my brother was 2 years apart, and we just always had that high self esteem, like, and that's because that was what was being projected on us. And so I'm speaking about that because that's what we got to project on our children, not to make them feel like they're better than other children because they're not, but to make them understand that they are amazing in their own skin and in their own body. I don't care if they're a fat child. I don't care if they may not be the prettiest child. You be comfortable in your skin and you be glad who you is because it's only one of you, and that's unique. That it's only one of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for me, that all that was projected on us, and that just always, as even a grown man, it still ring true to me. Like I'm him. That's just how my mind, that's my spirit, that's my nature. You know what I'm saying? I could be homeless on the street, God forbid that ever happen. I'ma still be, you feel me, that because that's in me, you know what I'm saying? And not on me, you know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna project it on my children, like it projected on me. And now I'm 38 and I've never in my life ever was like, man, the white man. I've never in my life blamed anybody for anything in my life. I've been, and even before I started having conservative views, I never was like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did. So, when I was blind, I didn't really know. Yeah, but I never was a Martin Luther King fan. I always was a Malcolm X guy because Malcolm X spoke rulership. That's all he ever spoke, while Malcolm X wanted to have equality. And I know some people gonna say, well, you had to start somewhere where Malcolm X and him was together at the same time. Man, I'm trying to get rulership. That was Malcolm. Matter of fact, Malcolm's word was Martin just want to share the toilet with the white man. And like I say, I speak on all that. I got if you hit the link, you'll see I got videos and lectures about why the civil rights movement was a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? And just stuff like that, man. But yeah, man. So I just wanted to clear that up, you know what I'm saying? Until if for us to go into our rulership, we're gonna have to start with the children. The youth is what we need to focus on. And projecting that recycled racism on them constantly, it's just not it's just horrible. It's every year at school, and it's just nonsense at this point, because what do we celebrate? Trauma? I mean, come on, man, let it go, bro. Let's live now. Let's talk about now. For Black History Month, since they gave us a month, right? A shortest month of the year, right? The gay month longer than our month. The gay people is important than us, thanks to Obama, right? But we got the shortest month. So every month, every day of this month, we supposed to be celebrating Black excellence, the Black doctors, the Black lawyers, the Black judges, Clarence Thomas, the Black Supreme Court justice, the Black people that rose above and did great things and are doing great things in whatever field that they're in. Black excellence, instead of constantly talking about Rosa Parks on the bus and talking about slavery and talking this a bunch of nonsense that we constantly recycling. We have to push that back and push forth rulership on our youth. And that's all I wanted to speak about on that. So the next thing I want to talk about is marriage. And again, I'll use a video from this young lady, where she's giving a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Because again, like I say, people may say, "Well, you've never been married." So I will say I've never been married. I don't have the actual experience of being married. But again, I watched my mother and my father be married almost 40 years. And pretty much everybody in my family. My mom and my daddy was married to his death. Um, uh, Most of my friends are married. And I talk to them a lot of times, and I give them advice, women and men. And it must be good advice, because they come back and get more. And again, this advice not coming from me; it's coming from the Holy Spirit within me, the wisdom that God blessed me with. So it's not from me; it's from God. But I'm just using a vessel, and my friends just got lucky. But anyway, I digress. Um, Marriage is tough, man. Uh, marriage is tough, but marriage can be very great. Marriage can be amazing. Um, but it's all on you and the person. The man is the captain, but at the end of the day, it takes two. And y'all can make y'all marriage last if y'all want it to last. Um, when you get married, first of all, we got to understand that when you get married and you get those vows, you're not giving those vows to the person in front of you. You're giving those vows to God. That's something that needs to be understood, and I don't think it's understood as much as it should be. So when you break those vows, you're not breaking those vows to the person, just the person, but you're also breaking them to God, and that's very dangerous. When you feel like you just unhappy, you want to get divorced, or you just want to get divorced for some reason that's fixable. I understand physical abuse is a no, and I'm not listen. I'm not telling nobody to get no divorce. That's not my place. But I understand in certain situations. I understand in certain situations, man, that may push you to that. Um, but nothing in this whole entire world, especially something like that, marriage can't be fixed with praying fasting. Nothing. And again, you get with somebody, and depends on how y'all work schedules is, if that person is a housewife or whatever, and y'all come together, y'all had a honeymoon phase, which is the first 2 or 3 years, um, and everything is just so sweet, and it gets to a point where if you as a man is not constantly lighting that fire under your wife, that fire can go out, and you don't want that fire to go out. Black women lead in divorce. 80% of our divorces are ended by Black women. I'm not gonna put all of that on them. They tend to run more than men. But a lot of times the men put them through so much, and it's just like, but all the time it's just because I've seen with my own eyes that they'll leave just because they're not happy, right? Especially when children are involved. Um, and again, you got to blame the man for this a lot of time, most of the time, because he again, he sets the standard, he sets the stage, he sets the tone in the marriage. The woman should not be the tone setter; it should be the man. The woman is capricious, she's whimsical, um, she have just one of them days. So we can't leave setting a tone in something as serious as a marriage to the woman. That's the man's job, the masculine presence. You know, they always say, why do they call father time, and why do they call mother nature, mother nature? Why is nature compared to the feminine and time is compared to the masculine? The reason because of that is mother nature is unpredictable. You never know if it's gonna rain. You never know if you from the south, where I'm from, you know for sure it's hot today, cold tomorrow, hot today. The weather be bipolar as a mug. That's the feminine. What about for the time? Why is it attached to masculinity? Because for the time do not change. It's the same every day. Every day at a certain time, it's gonna be dark. Every day at a certain time, it's gonna be daylight. Yeah, I understand what daylight saving time, but still, I don't care what daylight at a certain time. And guess what? Your life is structured around what time? I gotta go to work for 6. I get off at 8. Your work time for the time is something that is structured and it don't change. And that represents masculine and the feminine spirit. The feminine spirit is whimsical, capricious. The masculine spirit is supposed to be structured. So the man is supposed to be setting the tone of the marriage. And if he's not setting the tone of the marriage is going. It's too much going on out here. And I understand the way some of these marriages work. The father is working. In some cases, in most cases these days, the wife is working. When they get home, and it's not counting if they got kids. They got kids. When they get home, in most cases, the kid might even get neglected. They even might get a part of this. So they get home, and when they get home after they've been dealt with people all day at the workplace, they just want to get home. Both of them take them a bath, find something to put in their mouth to eat, and find the nearest bed or couch or section and relax. And what happens is, if you as a man is not on your game, doing what you're supposed to be doing, because see, even though y'all might have the same schedule, right? Y'all might have the same schedule. It's not on her to set the tone. It's on you. So it's on you to say, you know what, man? Me and my wife, we've been together for a long time, but I see my wife drifting off from me. Um, and don't let her have no single home girls. Because now you got the devil about to get in your relationship. Not to mention, all day, everywhere your woman goes, she work, even if she not work, it's some dude in her inbox. It's some dude approaching her. It doesn't matter how she does. They got so much DL stuff going on out here. You'd be surprised. These dudes will stick their penis in anything that's warm and wet. So here you is. You done got repetitions. And I mean, you done got that's not the word I want to use, which you could say repetitions, but that's repeat. You didn't got into the same schedule every day, and you're not spending time with your wife. Y'all get in the bed, then when you get in the bed, y'all doom scrolling, y'all watching sports, y'all watching y'all the TV shows, y'all not spending no quality time. Listen, brother. Listen, my man. You have to spend time with your lady, and you got to be intentional about it. You want now, you know, if you want your wife to end up sleeping with somebody else and getting that love that she wants from you from some other man, even though he just want to have sex with her. And the same thing for the women. But I'm speaking again to the men, because the man is the man he's the leader, he's the cap, he's supposed to set the tone. right? So if you want to say, okay, every day we doing the same thing, we both work, get off. And again, I'm not, listen, man, listen, listen. Women and children are always synonymous. Men don't get that break, bro. And like I tell people all the time, I wouldn't have it no other way. I love being a man. To whom much is given, much is expected. Let me do me. Because if I'm in my natural nature, like I'm supposed to be, God in Christ, Christ and man, I'm running off the strength of God anyway. So I can handle whatever. You feel me? And these are the things you need to understand before you get married. But again, if you're dealing with them, if you're in your marriage, right, you got to start being intentional. You got to know by this woman that you fell in love with so much that you propose to her, right? You propose to this woman. You want to be with this woman for the rest of your life. Y'all got children or y'all plan on having children. You got to be intentional on constantly falling in love with this woman. The love can't go away. Both of y'all, the woman, you need to stay put together for your man. You need to stay put together for your woman. I'll be looking at some of these dudes, they don't boom, like it's just like, hey, man, take care of yourself. Your physique, everything. I know I'm a little big, but I ain't married yet. But anyway, because somebody might say, you talking about, well, I'm just saying, I'm speaking on some real shit, like, and so you see that y'all work, both of y'all got work schedules. Y'all gonna have an off day. And I don't give a damn, you gotta take an off day. Look, check this out. It should be on the schedule that at least twice a month, at least twice. You can do it more than that, cool. But at least twice a month, you and your wife should be going do things. Y'all should have a date night. Y'all should have a night, a weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and y'all cap it off with going to a good church. Or if y'all don't got a church home, y'all should have at least 2 weekends just for y'all every month. Like I say, that's at minimum. Because me and mine, we going to do something every weekend. But I'm saying, and throughout the week, I might just tell her, look, tonight we not cooking. Because I used to do, when I'm in my relationship, anybody that was in a relationship with me, they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? I never was married. But just we gonna do something. I ain't no such thing. We just gonna be sitting in the house, getting drunk, getting high, watching TV on the phone, having sex. Oh no, we got to go do something. Babe, wake up this morning. We gonna get breakfast at IHOP. I love IHOP. I don't like Waffle House. I like Denny's and IHOP. Let's go get breakfast at IHOP, brush our teeth, get up. Don't even think about it. Let's go sit at IHOP and just talk about how you feeling this morning, babe. How was your week? I know you had a long week at work, or if you're a stay-at-home mom with the kids or whatever. How was your week? What's going on? Just pouring into each other. Married couples don't do that. It's like, I notice it, and that's why it's so easy for some other dude who just wants sex. And again, even your sex life gotta stay spicy. All of this just rolling over, missionary and like you gotta be sometimes you gotta, I don't want to be too vulgar, but this is a term that ladies use. Sometimes you gotta slut them out. You gotta be wild and nasty with them. This your girl for life. This your girlfriend for life. Cause you be surprised, man. Women out here cheat on their husbands and I hate to say this. I'm not justifying it. It's wrong. But a lot of these women cheat on their husband because the man pushed them. He bored. And they see the first little thing, the first dude hollered, they just want to feel something. They want to feel again. They don't feel nothing with you. You don't take them nowhere. You don't do nothing. You don't tell them how beautiful they is, nothing. The same thing I tell people all the time, bro. The same thing you did to get your woman and how much you chased after her to get her, you got to do that every single day to both of y'all leave this earth. Because if you don't, your woman, you gonna unconsciously push your woman into somebody else's hand. Y'all supposed to listen. Don't do nothing to each other that y'all wouldn't want each other. Don't do nothing to that person that you wouldn't want them to do to you. Do everything for that person that you want them to do to you for life. Or don't get married. You feel like you can't keep up. You feel like, man, I'm gonna get bored. Like, don't get married. Marriage is not easy, but it's not hard either. It's very simple. You got to treat your woman just like the same day, whenever you first met her, wherever y'all met at, and you was, oh baby, what's up with you? Whatever drew you to her, whether it was her energy, her looks, most of the time it was her look because we visit with people. But whatever it was that drew you to the point where you were so in love with this woman that you wanted to marry her, give her your last name, be with her for the rest of your life. Whatever it was that drew you to do that, you got to keep that same energy throughout the whole marriage. Or it might start getting sticky. And so I want to play two videos. Well, I'm gonna play three videos, matter of fact, of this lady and something that she's speaking about marriage that I agree with 100%. And I want to post another video of her. And again, well, I'll get onto that, but I want to post these videos first. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Is not the same person you are today. And that's not a bad thing. There comes a point in your marriage or your relationship where you have to marriage. There comes a point where you have to reintroduce yourself to your spouse. The person they met is not the same person you are today. And that's not a bad thing. There comes a point in your marriage or your relationship where you have to reintroduce yourself to your partner because growth changes you, life changes you, motherhood, fatherhood, responsibilities, healing. All of it shapes who you become. My husband and I have been together for almost 16 years, and I can honestly say that I am not the same woman he met, and he is not the same man that I met either. If we tried to hold each other to who we used to be, we would miss who we are now. Marriage requires evolution. You have to grow with each other, not apart. So if you want peace in your relationship, if you want longevity, if you want love that lasts past the honeymoon phase, you have to be intentional about getting to know your partner again and again. That's why dating your spouse is so important. And I don't mean expensive dates, I mean intentional time. Because real life will drain you. The kids, the bills, the work, the schedules, the stress. Before you know it, the affection fades, the conversations get shorter, and you start assuming instead of communicating. And sometimes we take it personal. Let me say this also. That man that goes out into the world every day being told what to do, talk, act, correct, get stressed, and pulled in 10 different directions, when he gets home, he doesn't want more noise. He wants peace. That doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. That doesn't mean that he doesn't want you. That man wants you. He's just tired. So, as wives, as partners, sometimes we have to learn how to be a place of peace and not pressure. And men, that goes both ways. Women desire their husbands deeply, but the mother in us is tired too. Our bodies are tired, our minds are tired, our hearts are full because we're stretched thin. So, men, give your wife some grace. Understand that love sometimes looks like patience and not passion. Marriage isn't about perfection, it's about understanding. It's about choosing each other in every season. So date your spouse, speak life into them, and lift them up. Don't tear them down. Pray over them even when things feel off, especially when things feel off. Because love doesn't disappear. It just needs intention. Intention looks like checking in when you're tired. It looks like asking your spouse, how's your day going? And actually listening to the answer. It looks like learning your partner all over again because the version of them today deserves to be known. So if you're feeling disconnected, don't quit. Reintroduce yourself. Ask questions, go on a date, send a text, and hold hands again. Because the love is still there. It's just waiting on y'all to pursue one another. So if you're married or in a long-term relationship, drop a red heart if this spoke to you. And when was the last time you truly dated your spouse? Let's talk about it in the comments because strong marriages don't just happen, they're built. And always remember to stay prayed up because that's where your strength begins. Love you. Bye.
Now that was a great video. And she was spot on and everything she said. But I want to go to one more video from her. Speaking about marriage, and again, she's gonna be spot on. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Here's something nobody really talks about in marriage. There comes a point where you have to reintroduce yourself.
Oh no, that's the same one.
You know what's crazy? Two people can love each other deeply and still slowly drift apart. Not because of cheating and not because the love isn't there, but because of pride. Pride is quiet, but it is very destructive. Pride is when you know you are wrong, but you will not apologize. Pride is when you say, I'm not fixing it first. I'm not fixing it this time. And you won't back down. Pride keeps score, and pride replays the argument in your head and convinces you that you're justified. But here's the truth. In marriage, it's not about being right, it's about being united. And pride will have you sleeping back to back in the same bed instead of facing each other. Pride will have you walking past each other in the house like strangers, and it will have you venting to your friends instead of actually talking to your spouse. And the crazy part is, both of y'all could be hurting, but neither one of y'all gonna try to fix it. And that's how distance grows, and that's how resentment comes about. And let me just say this: humility does not mean you're weak. Apologizing first does not mean that you're lost. Sometimes the strongest thing you can say is, you know what, I could have handled that way better. Because when you love someone, protecting the marriage should matter more than protecting the ego. This is why you should always be hot with your spouse. You should always be humble, open, and transparent because that is very important. Now, listen, you may not want to talk right then and there in the moment, and that's okay. It's okay to be in your feelings. It's okay to take you a minute, and it's okay to be upset for right now. But it's not okay to let it linger for days because when you delay communication too long, assumptions start to grow. Now you're replaying what they said. Now you're building a case in your head and now your heart is hardening, and that's where pride settles in. And thank y'all for listening to my TED Talk. And everything I'm speaking on, I have been through. That's why I feel like I can speak on it, not to judge, but to help the next person. And always remember to stay prayed up because that's where your shape begins. Love you. Bye.
There it goes. And again, she said something that was very, very important. And that goes on in a lot of marriages too. It may have like a little situation where y'all disagreed about something. Um, and it's pride there. Well, I'm gonna say this too. Nothing wrong with women apologizing. You feel like you was wrong and you know you was wrong as a woman. You need to apologize. But this is what I will say. Um, it's difficult for women to apologize. I always tell men that, and I'm not justifying it but I just got to get men to understand that. And again, when I say this, women take this offensive, but I'm not trying to be offensive. That's not my aim. I'm just being honest. Women and children are always synonymous for a reason. It's a reason why your father must give you up to be married. Women are grown children. This is not derogatory. Women can do great things. They're doing great things. They're very essential to this plan, but women are grown children. They're very, very whimsical and capricious. Um, and so sometimes they just accountability is something that they just can't you know, they just not good with it. So as a man, you have to have that masculinity in you to not want to play tick for tack and understand that your woman may. It's funny, bro, that Monica made a song years ago called "It's Just One of Them Days." That is just one of women have those just one of them days that I don't. As how she said in the song, um, when you think it's something, when I just one of them. How she said, just want to be when you think it's something. I just want to be left alone or whatever. You have to have that safe place. So when your woman having one of those days, she still can feel just make all whatever that day is or whatever she going through go away. And she got to have that safe place with you. You got to create that. By being a man, you could have pride with anybody outside in the world. Have pride in a certain way because we understand you can't have too much pride because then you in a in a demonic lane. But um, with your woman, with your children, you have to have zero pride. You have to have zero pride. Listen, man, look, babe, even if look, that's you I feel like you was wrong, but we gotta talk about this. We not about to go in the house ignoring each other. We back faced each other. I'm sleeping on the couch. You sleep. No, we gotta have a conversation about this. And I feel you was wrong about this, baby. This is why you was wrong. You know you was wrong. And the dangerous part about that is, see, if you got your woman, if you doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man and got your woman in her soft girl era, in her soft woman nature, in her true femininity, that's gonna automatically make her open up to you and be like, babe, I am sorry. If you got her riled up because you ain't spending no time with her, this is the woman, bro. I didn't make the woman, God did. I'm just telling you, I understand the woman. I got a PhD in understanding women. And it's because I took the time. I took a 2-year hiatus from relationship, just straight on dating. Because I said to myself, I know I'm toxic and I know that a lot of things that I did that wasn't right, and I pretty much was always the bad guy in the relationship. But why is my relationship going wrong? Most men never do what I did. They never go, they never take themselves out of the game. See, the coach didn't have to take me out of the game. I took myself out of the game because I wanted to look at the what you call them things that you see the players look at on the sideline, the tablet, the Microsoft tablet. Bro, I had to check it out, bro. And I just had to look. And I did see most dudes, they don't really date outside their comfort zone. So for example, if it's a street dude, he might have sex with all kind of women, nurses, he might have sex with all kind of women. But he gonna be more drawn to the female, the hood female, the female who do hair, the content creator. That's who he more drawn to because they more on his level frequency wise. When he talk about dealing with a successful woman, a lawyer, somebody like that, a doctor, even if they not, because sometimes they not, but I'm saying he gonna feel like, man, if I mess with her, she gonna be tripping about me living this and doing this, trying to change me, even though it's for the better. Niggas, sometimes people just be stuck in their own little world. They want to do what they want to do. And anybody that they think gonna try to talk them out of that, they don't even want to go around that. And sometimes it's because they scared. This person might say something that might hit. So I just don't even want to go around that. But I digress. Um, Most dudes do that, just like a dude that's, say, for instance, educated. A dude that might be like up there, he only gonna date women that's on. So what I did, I dated them all. I dated the, and I'm familiar with ghetto females. I dated the nurse. I dated the content creator. I dated the older women. I dated I'm trying to see because I read the school teacher, um uh the daycare owner, the business owner, the small business owner, um, the lawyer. Well, this girl wasn't a lawyer, but she was a paralegal who worked for a big law firm. So you might she was gonna be she was gonna be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? She had to go back to school with her. So I done dated them all. And what I was learning about women, I learned how they operate. I was learning how they operate, how they think, and all some different here, some different there, some different here, some express themselves different, but they all live in their emotions. Their feelings is their truth. You can't change that. It is what it is. I didn't make them. God did. And as I keep saying, they're very whimsical, they're very capricious, and you have to have that safe space with your forever girl, aka your wife. So even if you're in the right, you gotta be the man. You know how they say be the adult in the room? You gotta be the adult in the room. And you gotta grab her, get her to her, don't all this going day without talking and all this. No, you gotta get to her, get if you go catch her in the shower, you go catch her wherever she at, because these days they might retreat, they might try to stay away from you. Women something else. They'll try to stay away from you because they know they wrong. You heard me? Or they'll try to look, babe. Let's talk about it. Let's go take us a ride. You know what I did? I got a reservation at the restaurant tonight. We going over there. We gonna talk about it. Get dressed. When she come in from work, y'all ain't talking 2 days. Y'all just been working. Look, babe, get dressed. I want to have a conversation. Let's go talk um at the restaurant tonight. Go talk, get y'all something to eat, and just talk like, babe, listen, I know things may be hard and maybe you reacted that way or whatever. But I need to let you know why I feel the way I feel about what you did. Um, and whether you give me an apology or not, I need you to understand why it made me feel this way as a man, right? And you got to do it in a You don't gotta be no pansy. You don't need to be no pansy because that may turn her off. You need to be in your masculinity, not toxic masculinity, but in your godly masculinity, addressing her in this manner. And what that's gonna do, if she already in her godly femininity, that's gonna automatically make her want to just melt into your form spiritually. Okay, babe, I'm sorry, babe. I shouldn't have did that. And this is an ongoing process. You can't never get tired of doing this. If you feel like that, if you feel like, man, I don't got time to keep, don't get married, bro. Don't get married. And so I want to play one last video from her. And again, I don't know these people. She's just a content creator. Like I said, I love her content. But I was just looking at her content the other day, and I got all of these nuggets out of it to use for my message, and that's what I do here. Um, and I'm about to play it. Give me one second. And it's this is a very you don't want to let it. And listen, again, I gotta because I don't want to say I don't want to speak on these people married. God bless their marriage. They married. Marriage is honorable in the sight of God. I understand their situation, meaning like I understand for what I'm see. I don't know them. He is a barber. He being on his feet all day, and a barber. A barber, especially from the small town that they from, in a town like that, the people that's coming in your barber shop is people that know you, people from so and it doesn't matter. A barber is pretty much like a little a little therapist on the slick, a little counselor, because you're gonna be talking to him, you're gonna be talking to other guys, and a barber shop is kind of like it could be therapeutic in some, it could be toxic environment, but it can also be a therapeutic environment, it could be an entertaining environment. But it do, as a barber, I know I'm not a barber, but I can just imagine it drain you. So now you go home, they got 5 kids, but they only 2 of them small, most of them grown, like teenagers and 20s, something like that. I don't know if they all stay at the house, but I digress. What I'm saying is, he work, and I'm sure he probably stop about 7 or 8, like normal barbers. And when he go in, been on his feet, I know this man just want to go get him a shower. I know he want to just get him something to eat and get ready. Now barbers take 2 days off. Um, and even off days can be, not all the way that good when you're in a relationship, because when you're doing all this work in your off days, I just want to sleep and chill. A relationship, not to mention a marriage, is very energy and time consuming. So you could get caught up into that just regular just and I know when he get home, he don't really and again, I don't know this. I'm just saying what could be happening. I don't know. I want to make that very, very, very clear that I don't know what's happening. I'm just saying what could be happening. Um, and not really maybe say a few things to her. How was your day, babe? But he's not probably really able having enough energy left to pour into her because he's been all day pouring to this client. And again, you cannot do this with women, bro. You can't, bro. Especially if they have, even if they, but again, we're not even gonna blame Green a friend. Because see, if they have friends, especially single friends, that's why I don't believe that married women or married men should hang out with single people. I mean, this is a sister or something, but like because the devil is he's very crafty. He has no power. He is an idiot. He's a loser. He's been defeated on Calvary. But he's very crafty. He's very crafty and he's very persistent. And that gets mistaken for powerful sometimes. He's not powerful at all. So if you go on, say for instance, you got a wife and you neglecting her, not on purpose, just cause life, whatever, he a ball, whatever you do, you get home. A lot of these guys from my hometown, from my home area, they work at these refineries. They in the sun 8 to 10 hours a day. They don't have that much energy to get home and spare. They don't have it to spare. And like I say, we're not talking about it. Kids is involved. I mean, right? And again, they nonchalantly on accident push their woman to cheat. It is what it is. The woman wrong, but I'm just telling you how the woman operates. That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to tell you how they operate and give you solutions to stop it. That's all I'm doing. Right? And she got a single friend, right? It's like crafty the devil is. Women tell their friends everything. Don't let them fool you. They tell everything. Yeah, so and so he been working a lot. I'm gonna just say John. John had been working a lot, man, and we don't really get to do nothing no more. We don't really get to have any fun anymore, But I understand he working. It's not like he just out here on the street hanging with his homeboy. But I just don't get no time. There go that devil. Your single friend got a brother or a friend, and girl, he just my boyfriend got this friend, or my boyfriend got. I know this dude, and he be lonely too. And I know you married, girl, but he just want to talk. Just he'll be somebody there just for you to talk, right? That's how crafty the devil is. He'll be somewhere, girl. He just there when you call him, girl. Just whenever you when you feeling like you need to talk to somebody and you can't talk to your husband because he at work, or you need that masculine voice. You could call him, girl. I'm gonna introduce y'all. No, girl, I don't want to do that. That's not right. And see, the devil again is persistent, and she don't know she may be doing it out of evil because they got a lot of these women out here. That's why they say single women keep single women keep women single. And you get married, and now you're not really available like you was, and women selfish, bro. That's another thing about women, but they'll start feeling some type of way, and they'll try to they being used by the enemy, right? We better not against flesh and blood, so it's never the person, it's what's operating on the inside of them, right? So bam, now she done kept saying it to you, and now one day, or maybe one day, you might call her. Don't let y'all get into it. Don't let y'all get, girl. I'm gonna just do it. I know. I'm gonna just give me a number. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna just text. We just somebody. I'm gonna text. And next thing you know, this text then turn to y'all talking, because again, you're a stay-at-home mom. You're a content creator, but you're a stay-at-home mom, so you got a lot of time on your hand, right? And again, it don't even got to be no situation like that. It can be just a dude she meeting. But like I say, the devil crafted, so he'll go through an avenue like that, something that seemed harmless, right? But now you didn't text this dude, you talking on this dude. It's not now. It didn't got this disrespectful now. Now it didn't got to the point where it's like, I'm gonna call you whenever he getting ready now. I'm gonna call you when he leave. You know what I'm saying? And now you saving his name on the T-Move savings and all kind of other stuff. Because T-Move send all them little. That's what you gotta get on these women triggered. They need women to have the dude block, and they only unblock him when they alone, or like when you got a T-Move account or a Sheen account or any type of account, they send you all of these deals and telling you when you're ordering all that there. They'll log him under T-Move savings or something like that. Y'all gotta be careful. These females they not smarter than us. They more cunning. And so now, oh, he gone. What's up with you? How you doing this morning? Good morning. Whoop de whoop de whoop. And y'all get to talking, and he like, man, I'm hungry, man. What you about to eat, man? I was about to go out. You want to come meet me, man? Come. Matter of fact, we're gonna go like about 10 minutes out of town, 20 minutes out of town, right? You could do that. You'll stay home, mom. He ain't got nothing going on. He a trap or whatever. He ain't got no job. So now you go link up with this man. You don't know who could see you, who didn't see you. This could potentially turn deadly. But again, the woman, this is what I'm telling you about the woman. She's not gonna really be thinking about all that. Her mind, see, the woman mind don't work like that. The woman is she's a two-dimensional thinker. So she only thinks about what's in front of her. This is why women need men. They don't need men to provide for no more. They doing very well. Women need men for wisdom and guidance and order. Men, which is a lot of them don't because they were raised by women, but men are supposed to have foresight. They are supposed to be three-dimensional thinkers. But again, she won't look at all of those things that, man, this man can see me, somebody can see me, or woo. Next thing you know, if it get too bad, and again, one thing about it, bro, in football, they got a saying, first down bring touchdown. You keep getting the first down. You don't got to go for the big play. As long as you keep getting first down, eventually you're going to end up in the end zone. And so now These texts then turn into calls. These calls then turn into meeting up. And a man and a woman is only, unless they brother and sister or cousin, and I ain't gonna go there. But listen, a heterosexual man and a heterosexual woman is inevitable. And now, because as a man, you wasn't on your duties, again, I'm not justifying it. I'm just calling it how it is. I'm just letting you know how it goes. And now, because of that, you didn't push your woman into some random dude arms that we don't even know he could have some. We don't know. And this woman did, because guess what? Eventually, he didn't made it to the end zone. Getting all them first down. Started out with 5-yard plays. Next thing you know, he was getting 11 yards of play. And eventually, he ended up in the red zone, 20 yards within to get to the touchdown. And eventually, he got there. And don't get it twisted. I hate to say it. Sometimes don't have a woman scorn. Because see, if she's scorned, she'll get disrespectful. But if she still ain't scorned, she just kind of, if she gets scorned, well, she might have a dude at your house. Oh, and if something, I see, man, and they so shrewd, bro. The woman, I say, they try to make it like they smarter, they not. They more cunning. This Wi-Fi been tripping. What you call him? Say she know this dude who do this and he could fit. Oh yeah, how much you gonna charge? Oh, she whatever. I pay him or whatever. Whole time this the dude in your house. I'm just giving it to you raw, bro. I'm giving it to you raw, bro. So this last video I'm gonna play, all these videos from the same woman. This last video I'm gonna play. When I seen this video, again, I want to say this for a disclaimer. I don't know this woman. I don't know what I'm saying right here in this conversation about this particular situation is not projecting on her. I don't know if this is her situation. I do not know. Right? But I seen the situation with her, man, this video I'm gonna play, and it was very, very troubling. And I feel like, again, I gotta keep saying, because I don't want she could see this. You never know, she could see this. I don't want it to be like I'm speaking on her situation. I don't know what's going on. All I know, again, I know statistics from what I see. I've seen field reports. I've seen movies before, so I know, okay, this is an action flick. Okay, this is a rom-com. Okay, this is it is. Okay, this is it is. This is I've seen it before, but sometimes it's a plot twist. Sometimes it might start off romantic and turn into action. So I don't know because I'm not in the movie. But I'm gonna play this last video, and it was kind of wild. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way after the video play. So I want y'all to listen to what she's saying, watch what she's doing, and I want y'all to pay close attention. I'm gonna react to it when it's done.
Being a stay-at-home mom will have you forgetting what adult conversations even feel like. So today I clocked out. I didn't clock out to go run errands. I didn't clock out for them kids. I clocked out for me. So today I packed up everything. I packed up my camera, my tab.
Did you hear what she said? Being in a marriage can make you forget what hold on.
Conversations even feel
Make you forget.
like. So being a stay-at-home mom will have you forgetting what adult conversations even feel like. So
got you feeling like adult, got you forgetting what being a stay-at-home mom, got you forgetting what adult conversations even feel like, sound like. Translation, mess, or not so much as really mess. What's going on out there, right? The single woman stuff, what's popping? Not with just men, but what's popping? Because this stay-at-home mom stuff, being a mom all day, then when he get home, I'm a wife, that's getting boring. I ain't getting to really have fun no more. Again, we got to keep our wives having fun. We got to be those conversations. We got to be the excitement. Her friends need to be saying, damn, I need to get married to be like you. But in most cases today, it's the other way around. It's the woman looking at her single friend saying, look, like you having more fun than me. But let's continue.
Today I clocked out. I didn't clock out to go run errands. I didn't clock out for them kids. I
We started over again.
clocked out for me. So today I packed up everything. I packed up my camera, my tablet.
Hold on, let me go. Let me start it over. I want to start it over.
Being a stay-at-home mom will have you forgetting what adult conversations even feel like. So today I clocked out. I didn't clock out to go run errands. I didn't clock out for them kids. I clocked out for me. So today I packed up everything. I packed up my camera, my tablet, my content phone, and all my little gadgets because if I'm stepping out today, I'm being productive while I wait. Okay? And we don't waste time over here. So my friend and I decided we needed a much needed lunch date. And when I say much needed, I mean way overdue. And sometimes you just need to sit at a table with somebody who understands you, somebody who challenges you, and somebody who speaks life into you. So today we decided.
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear how troubling that is? My wife needs to sit with another woman who I believe married because I seen a ring on her finger. So she's either married or engaged, her friend. Y'all gonna see. But you need to sit in front of somebody who understands you, somebody to pour to you. Nothing wrong with a friend date. I want to be clear. I'm not demonizing her having just an outing with her friend, but it's always the reason. So you need to have your much needed somebody to pour into, somebody to challenge you, somebody that to speak life into you. That's your husband's job. Nobody should be speaking. You shouldn't be dependent on. You shouldn't even have no room for nobody else to speak life into you because you're so full of the life that your husband's speaking into you. But when your husband is not on his base like he needs to be doing, and again, it may not be fair, but it is what it is. You just shouldn't get married if that's not what you're ready to do. And I don't know their situation. They could have got married. They've been married 16 years. They could have got married when they got pregnant and her husband was just trying to do the right thing. Don't, I'm not going to have no child wedlock or I'm going to be in my children's life. Whatever the situation may be, I don't know. But, and I understand the brother's situation. He evolved. I said everything about that. But again, he have to do what he needs to do so his wife don't need to go nobody else to pour into her. So again, this woman that she's going to, I don't know what type of lifestyle she lives, but like I say, she got a ring on, so either she married or engaged. But let's just say this was a single friend, and come up with, and she come up with what I used earlier, the analogy where she got a friend and all this here, all the stuff I just said. She open, when your woman is dependent on anybody else to pull life. I tell people all the time. I don't believe in marriage counseling. I don't care if it's the preacher. Once a third party got to come into your marriage, it's over with already. I'm sorry to break it to you. Whatever prayer and fast, and everybody don't know. Everybody don't know about prayer and fast. Well, they better learn. Because the only way your marriage gonna stay together is if you praying and fast. Especially when something going on, you need to know to run to God, not the preacher, not your friend, not your client, nobody. You need to run to God. That's the only person can fix your marriage because he the one who put it together. But I'm gonna let her finish, and I'll finish my commentary when she's done.
It's a go visit.
But I want to let y'all hear that again.
Gadgets. I didn't clock out to go run errands. I didn't clock out for them kids. I clocked out for me. So today I packed up everything. I packed up my camera, my tablet, my content phone, and all my little gadgets because if I'm stepping out today, I'm being productive while I wait. Okay? And we don't waste time over here. So my friend and I decided we needed a much needed lunch date. And when I say much needed, I mean way overdue. And sometimes you just need to sit at a table with somebody who understands you, somebody who challenges you, and somebody who speaks life into you. So today we decided to go visit the astrology on Ambassador and Lafayette. And now listen, I am not in a season of trying new things. I'm very repetitive. I eat the same meals, I go to the same spots, I order the same thing every time. So when she suggested this place, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna be open-minded now. Because with my seafood allergy, I don't know what people put in their food. I don't know how they cook their food. I just don't know. So I just stay away and I eat my same things. But in church a few weeks ago, I heard the pastor say there's two types of fears. You're either gonna do it afraid or you're gonna be afraid to do it. So I'm choosing to do it afraid because I'm tired of allowing fear to run my life. I need to let go of that stinking thinking that my throat gonna close if I try something new. When I walked in, the place was cute. It was nice. The vibe was calm. I was very optimistic. She ordered the lavender lemonade. I ordered a regular Coke. I felt safe with ordering the chicken and waffles. She ordered a sandwich with some potatoes. Of the food, it was about a 6 out of 10 for me. It wasn't terrible, but not something that I'm gonna run back and get again. Now the service was a 10 out of 10. Our server was sweet, the managers was kind, the place was clean and beautiful. Now would I go back? Probably not, but I am glad that I did go try it. When was the last time you went on a lunch date just to pour into yourself? Drop it in the comments. Are you an adventurous eater or are you like me and sticking with what you know? Let's talk about it. And always remember to stay prayed up because that's where your strength begins. Love you. Bye.
And that's it, man. That's all I wanted to really speak about, man. And it's just when I seen that, man, I said to myself, man. But I just, you gotta pray for them. God bless they married. God be with them. But you know, if that was a single woman, nothing was wrong with that video. But if this a woman that's married, that's saying she have to go be with somebody who understands her, your husband don't understand you. Somebody to pour life in her, your husband don't pour life into you. You got your friend introducing you to a new restaurant and not your husband. I mean, it's just too many things in that video that's kind of, you know, and like I said, I can be completely off base, but I will say this here. If your wife doing these type of things, if she's communicating this to you, yeah, I just need to be, you need to try to find out what's going on. You need to say, you know what? Maybe that crazy looking man with the turban on his head was telling me something that's true. Maybe I'm not spending enough time with my wife and I'm pushing her away. The friends gonna always be the first, they're gonna be the barrier to right from wrong. That's gonna be the first because they gonna run to them or their sisters with everything. And it's gonna go from there. Now, and some of these females keep their dudes that they was messing with before they were married, but she been married 16 years. So, but I just wanted to put that out there, man. I think that's pretty much in conclusion of everything I want to speak about in this video. How we got to get to our rulership, and we're gonna have there's only one way we can do that. You know what I'm saying? We got to get rid of this victim mindset, passing it down. You're not a victim, you're a victor. If you are a victim, that's fine. But don't be quoting no scriptures about no if God with me, who can be against me. Don't be hollering about you no king or no queen. That's all I'm at. You're gonna be a victim, just be a proud victim. Don't be a victim and then on Sunday if God with me, nobody can be against me. On social media talking about you a queen or a king. You're not. You're a victim. Stay over there. But again, don't expect no rulership. Don't expect nothing to ever change for you. You are what you say you are. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. And lastly, you want a marriage that's going to be a happy, fun, enjoying marriage. It should be one vacation a month, meaning out of town. It should be 2 to 3 dates a month, meaning just we going this weekend somewhere. It might not have to be far. You could just go to, if you're in a city where there's a casino, or you close to, if you're not in a big city, but you close to a big city. There's so much to do in these bigger cities. This needs to be happening 2 to 3 times a month. That's on you, man, not the woman. It's on you. You got to keep, as a captain, and if your woman a captain, your marriage already out. You feel me? But as a man, as a godly, not toxic masculine, but godly masculine man, you have to take all of your marriage. You have to work on it day and night. You have to stay in touch with God so he can give you that wisdom. Because that's another thing. If you close with God and you got your relationship with God right, he'll tell you things about your woman. Yeah, you might need to, you know what I'm saying? He'll give you signs before it turn bad to the point of no return. He'll get God. One thing about God, he fair. He fair. He's super fair. God not fair. Yes, he is. Now, he might have did something that you didn't like, but I believe in my life and for me, God fair. And you can't say he's not fair anyway, because that the scripture say, who are you to say something about the person who created you? He's the creator. So whether he do it not fair or not, but I'm just saying, he fair. So he gonna give you the sign before, you know what I'm saying? And he can always say you're married. He can give you a soft enough heart to say, you know what? I did this. I caused you. I didn't cause you because I didn't, but I'm just saying that's why I always speak about two understanding women. Because if you understand women, you already know just common sense. I can't just let her just be neglected. I can't do it. It's too much going on out here. And like I say, especially if she got a job or a damn car. Because everywhere she go, and the woman gonna always be, the woman is that's just how she is. She gonna be, and so she's a social creature. That's just who the woman is, right? Women gotta talk to their friends or their sisters every day. Men ain't like that. Women got to be yapping. And now again, they came with the social media. So, and this woman got hundreds of, this woman, believe it or not, and men, they got dudes out here don't care about her being married. They bombard her inbox when they see her and all this here. Don't leave that crack open, man. And if you feel like you don't got that type of energy or time, just don't get married, bro. And I preach marriage. I'm a man of God. I'm just saying, because it don't even pay, bro. Because bro, you got to do your part, bro. You the king, bro. You got to do your part to take care of the board. The queen, the palm, everybody else. You is the one. But I thank y'all for coming out, man. I'll see y'all Monday. Again, for the people that may be your first time seeing me, I do live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, speaking about all kind of topics. Religion, relationships, social justice issues, things that's going on in the world, everything. And so I love y'all. God bless y'all. Have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all Monday, man. Peace.
I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See, mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them dance across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we don't got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the fence, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.